You can pay me now or pay me later, as the old adage goes. And last night, the Consolidated Commission on Utilities decided to postpone another increase in the fuel adjustment charge until later this year. It was testimony from the island's tourism industry that carried the evening. Already reeling from the decline in arrivals in the wake of a string of disasters in Japan, representatives from the island's #1 industry urged the CCU to give them a break and hold off on a power rate increase until the tourist arrival numbers recover. CCU Chairman Simon Sanchez.
But the timing was their big issue. In addition to the oil crisis, the Japan catastrophe has significantly affected the tourism industry, which is our largest export, our largest employer as an industry, and the hotels now are looking at prospects of 40 to 60% occupancy over the next 90 days. And so they're having to cut back already on hours for people or laying off people. And their concern was the timing of the impact on their employees, who either are having fewer hours or have lost their job, then having to face a higher power bill in June would have been a double whammy.
The proposed emergency increase in the fuel adjustment or LEAC charge was prompted by the surge in oil prices in recent weeks, which have climbed from $83 in December to $106 a barrel this week. 9.84% increase sought would have added $23.20 to the average residential customer's bill who uses about 1,000 kilowatts a month. However, Sanchez says postponing a decision could now mean a 13% increase later this year if oil prices remain the same or continue to rise. And that would mean a roughly $30 increase on your monthly power bill instead of $23.
Really, the decision last night was we could have a lower rate increase earlier, like in June, or we can wait till August and have a later rate increase, but it might be higher. And the numbers we looked at last night was closer to 13%. Still tough. But at least if tourism has recovered, people are working. The other thing is maybe oil will stabilize. I mean, today oil dropped $6 a barrel. So we know oil is really bouncing around. And this would allow us time to see if the market stabilizes.
GPA still has to pay its higher fuel bills between now and August, and Sanchez estimates that'll cost about $2 million a month to cover payments from February to August. $12 million in all, and it'll come from the Guam Power Authority's Rainy Day Fund, which is called the Working Capital Fund.
It could have been 10% in June. It's now projected to be 13% in August, but at least for June and July, your rate's not going up. And we'll see what oil does. If oil begins to stabilize and drop, it may not be 13% in August. It may be late. And no matter what, the Working Capital Fund is being used to benefit the community. It will be replenished by the community to be saved for another rainy day.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.
By next February, we would have replenished.